they weren't expecting you to blow their life up in the way that you have. look, look at these cards. I can't even lie. Do you know what song I have in my head? Where are we? What the hell is going on? Dust has only just begun to form crop circles in the carpet, sinking, feeling. Love that song, Imogen Heap. What is it? Hide and seek. Yeah, hide and seek. That song has been in my head all day, all day. And you have been in this person's head all day. I feel like they don't even know which way's up. Okay, so it feels like you're something that they were manifesting. King of Cups, they're like, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm ready to give my all to someone. I'm ready to have someone enter my life who, you know, as my dad says, blows my socks off. And with the magician, it's like, ba-ding, here you are, bibbidi bobbidi bloody well beep. And the tower is like, well, fuck, I wasn't ready for that to come around that quickly. I wasn't ready for this. But it's a happy tower, I feel, because then we had the joy, sunshine, happiness card come out after that. And then a card that says triumph, winning, success. Yay! Limelight, you were literally in the limelight of this person's life. You are the main focus of them right now. I feel like you guys could have met online or mainly communicate online, because we have this like little tap 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 card that came out, and I just thought that reminds me of like the tapping sound on a keyboard on an iPhone. Most people have it turned off these days, but I love it. I love it. It's so satisfying. Clicking, 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 tapping, tapping. And 0100100110111, which is binary code. I don't know what for. I don't know what that means in binary code. Probably nothing at all. Probably the letter D. But maybe the letter D is important here. That those two cards say to me that maybe you guys met online. Oh no, my camera is dying. I don't want my camera battery to die. Oh shit, we might have to come back to this. We're back. I seem to be in a cinematic mode with my camera. I'm not quite sure where that's happening. And I also have forgotten whether I was using a microphone before. So, this is a whole mess. But at least the battery's working again. Okay, so where were we? We thought that you folks might have met online. You've come into, or you may talk online. You've blown up their life basically by existing in their life. Just by existing. What do they want to say to you? What do they want to say to you? What do they want to say to you? What do they want to you? What would they say to you? That sort of feels really funny. Oh. Oh, bollocks. Okay, one more. Okay. So, the first card that we got was I don't like you very much right now. Because with that tower, like they weren't expecting you to drop into their life quite so suddenly and chaotically. Um, they are kind of a little bit scared of this. I'm seeing the card I'm terrified of commitment. Because we have the King of Cups out here, I'm fairly sure that they're not a commitment phobe, but I think the way that you have dropped into their life so suddenly, and now there maybe is commitment on the table so suddenly, it feels like, whiplash. It's like, whoa, that was fast. Wasn't expecting that. And maybe they just were expecting to have a bit more time to like ease into the idea of being in their next relationship, but wham bam, here you are, ma'am. um, they want you to express yourself clearly to them. They want to understand that you guys, because if you're suddenly going to be in their life and they're going to be in yours, and if this is going to like take off and sparks going to fly, they want to know that you guys are on the same page, and that you're not going to both start moving really quickly without a common goal having been discussed. That would be bad. I think aimless charging towards something right now is probably not what they want. The King of Cups would be quite considered, and like they have an open heart and they want to explore, but they also like it's an energy that sort of flows, right? Like water, cups, water. So this is not Knight of Swords energy. This is very much like, okay, I'm open to this, but I really want to have, I really want us to be on the same page emotionally, basically. I want us to be both as equally open to each other as we can possibly be. They're trying to help you. They're trying to help you with something here. We're gonna have to figure out what that is. But they're also saying, "I see you in my future. I see you in my future." Wow, this is interesting. They were not expecting you to pop into their life this soon. Okay, let's have a look at what they're trying to help you with. What were they trying to help you with? What were they trying to help you with? Ooh. Oh, oh. Hello? I think they want you to stop working so much. They see with the Eight of Coins that you're a very hardworking person and that you take your work quite seriously. But with the Ace of Coins in reverse, it almost feels like you maybe have turned down offers to hang out, or like maybe you're sort of coming at this. I mean, bear with me here. So this is more of an intuitive feeling rather than taking this actually from the Ace of Coins in reverse. But the way that I'm instantaneously reading this, and I say first thought, best thought, is that you spend a lot of time working. You're reluctant to step away from your work and just have fun and just jump in, like, and also for you maybe there is like more of an order to things. So like whilst you have crashed into their life, you don't realize that you've crashed into their life, right? The way that you see it, you've met them and you've sparked up something really nice and maybe it can continue. But for them, this is like you being here is like a revelation. It's like collapsing everything that came before. It has like totally like it's come out of the blue. You're a strike of lightning into their life, and they were not expecting to feel this way about you, whereas you're much more measured. So I sort of feel like although you're happy that this person is in your life, you're not the first person to drop work and be like, let's make plans instead of me prepping for this thing next Thursday. It's like they almost want you to stop working so hard and have a bit more fun so that they can get to know you a little bit better. And there's also something here about like maybe we're connecting the dots about like expressing yourself clearly with the Ace of Coins sort of in reverse. It's like you're maybe withholding or you're holding back a little bit, or you're not super forthcoming in actually making plans. So it's like they're trying to help you to come out of your shell. They're trying to help you to enjoy this connection now that it's here. They're trying to help you to just like take it easy and yeah, just jump in with 2 feet without worrying too much about what the future holds. I mean, I think for them what matters is like obviously there's something here. So if we're basically aligned on a very basic level emotionally, then there will be success. Then there will be something in this connection, right? They don't need to overthink it any more than that. It's just like, if I'm in a good place and you're in a good place and we like each other, then there's going to be something good here. But they want you to be in that same way. And I feel like you're very preoccupied by Eight of Coins. Maybe you've got stuff going on in your career, or maybe you're very preoccupied by your finances. It's just like your head is kind of somewhere else and you're not maybe like leaning into the enjoyment of this new connection in the same way that they sort of want you to. They want you to loosen up a little bit, basically. What next? What next? Let's get some of these. Can you tell us about where they're at? Cupid's arrow? Are you kidding? Yes. Oh god, sorry. My card was full. So I don't know how far we've got to here. We have had problems with today's reading. Honestly, the energy today, I've just had general problems. I woke up on totally the wrong side of bed and I have just been in a freaking grump all day, and I tried to like shake it off, but then I had headaches and joint pains and just really feeling just so like ugh, like icky. I've tried to jolly myself up with some readings, and I actually have. I'm actually in a better mood now, but small irritating things have been happening all day. Um, Anyway, so we were talking about, like, I'm just gonna go from their side. So although totally struck by Cupid's arrow, this person is also wary that taking it slow is the best option, and that referring to the past, things that have happened in their past, they feel like it's really important that they take things slowly because they needed, well, they thought they could have maybe done with a little bit more time before their next person entered their life, but they haven't had that, so they're just going to have to take this situation slowly. And they're also down for, like, if you want to take it slowly, then you can. These three cards were the cards on your side. So with girl talk, maybe you've been like gossiping about this person with your friend, like in a nice way with your friends, and like figuring out what you should do, talking about it, like being open with your friends about this person and how they've come into your life. Or you've been happily single up until this point. But I also think that you've been single maybe long enough that you're sort of naturally a little bit mistrustful of connections that come into your life in this way, and also people who present as the King of Cups. There's almost like a little bit of yeah, unsure of future with the separation card, or like there's for you it's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like, yeah, sure, you're presenting as the King of Cups now, like sure, you're open hearted and lovely, and you know, you're saying all these nice things to me now, you're treating me nice now, but like, how's it going to be when the mask falls off in like 2 months time? And I think it's just because you're used to being charmed or used, you're used to being in connections where people have not treated you nicely, and like, honestly, I get it. And if you are, I'm not saying that you are, but if you are someone who dates men, the bar is in hell. So I do understand why someone who dates men would feel that way. Many of you will not date men, and that is also fine. This reading is equally for you. I was just making a point as a straight woman who is generally upset with men. um, anyway, so you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, but they are just wanting to take it slow. So I think that you need to be really honest with them about how you're feeling about everything, because especially if you are a little bit mistrustful, they want to hear from you and they want to understand why you're not so forthcoming in this, or they don't perceive you to be as forthcoming in this connection. You might be really into it, but there, it feels like there's a barrier that's just stopping you from being able to, with the full, like, really jump in and really have this new beginning. See what this deck has to say about the whole situation. Devotion. Are you kidding? But also on the bottom of the deck there's polarities. Or maybe I need to face it this way up. So I do feel like you are on opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to how you show affection for other people. So I feel like you're coming through in quite a grounded coins energy of, like, you like to keep yourself grounded. You don't like to get carried away with romance, and you show your affection in ways that feel like just enough to let the other person know where they stand, but not too much. you know Whereas on the other side of the scale, I do think that this person kind of is a bit of a true romantic, but they're a true romantic in a sensible way. Again, we're not dealing with a page and we're not dealing with a knight, we're dealing with a king. So we're dealing with someone who does actually, like, they got their shit together, they got their head together. But I think that this seems to be a coupling here that could, you guys could really be devoted to each other, even though you something coming through here about, like, parents, or like this relationship mirroring those of you whose parents are still together, or who I don't know, maybe some people's parents were together until old age and then one person passed or something like that. But if your parents or caregivers had a long-lasting and happy and healthy relationship, there's something here about this connection mirroring that dynamic a little bit. Especially if your parents are very different in the way that they showed affection to each other, it's almost like this connection kind of mirrors that a little bit. That won't be for everybody, but just thought I'd put it out there, just in case. Okay, let's concentrate on you a little bit more and then we'll end the reading because I'm hungry and I want to make dinner. Sorry. So what's important for you to know about this connection? it's important for you to know that this connect. Whoa! The Fool has come out again. You need to jump in with both feet. But yeah, but King of Cups in reverse. You are so worried that this person is not who they say they are. It's so funny, like coming out as King of Cups. I was gonna say frontways or lengthways then, but it's neither of those. Upright. There we go. King of Cups upright is how they're coming out to me. King of Cups in reverse is how they're coming out to you. And I feel like you just really feel like you can't trust that someone is who they say they are. And also there is something here about them, like in your head. There's something here about you going, yeah, but are they good enough for me? Like in the long term, are they good enough for me? And can they deal with a person who is independently successful and has paved their own way to success? And but there's also something here about you wanting to come out on top a little bit. So, hey, family, hold back. But maybe you like being on top. That just came into my head. But other than that, it could be that you don't want to be made a fool of, right? Like you have a certain like standing, a certain social standing, or a certain expectation that you hold yourself to, and you know you feel like other people look up to you, and you're very observed. You feel very observed in your life, and you feel like people use you as a bit of a benchmark, maybe. Some of you could be influencers or could post about your dating life online, or you know something like that. I don't know. But there is like a concern over how you would be seen if this person turned out to not be who they said they were going to be. That is very much like an ego-based thing. And hey, we all have an ego, but I do think it's important sometimes to keep it in check, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, right? If you're seeing potential in this person, and I think that you probably do a little bit. I think there's a part of you that really does want to just like jump in and enjoy the whole thing, but there's a bigger part of you that's mistrustful. There's like 18 decks out on this table. Can't find them. You. When it's cold out here, well, maybe you should know just how it feels to be left outside alone, to be left outside alone. All my life I've been waiting for you to bring a fairy tale my way, and living in a fantasy without me there is not okay. I don't feel safe. I need to pray. Are those the lyrics? I don't know, but that song just like came out of my head. Whenever I see this card, you're left outside alone. I sort of feel like that's how your love life has been recently with the Five of Coins. Pretty hard, pretty tricky to navigate. Been left outside, people not letting you in. And now you're faced with someone who is letting you in. It's a little bit spooky, and it's like, woo. But Ten of Cups, I really feel like there is a future. No drama. Five of Wands in reverse. There is no drama to be had here. There could genuinely be a really solid future with the Ten of Cups there. In this for you. If you allow there to be harmony, there will be harmony. Nine of Cups as well, literally cat that got the cream. This is what you have been dreaming of. Not only is this person presenting as someone who's emotionally open and able to behave themselves, but with the Eight of Wands and the King of Coins, if you wanted something stable, now you have it. Here it is. It has entered your life, and if you want it, then it's yours, basically. There's an invitation there. The way that this Eight of Wands is always interesting to me, because in most other decks, the wands sort of are being fired or like sort of face the other way. And I suppose you could read this card either way. It could be that the cat's paws are like chucking out the sticks in that direction. But I sort of feel as though the sticks are sort of incoming in this card, is the way that I'm viewing it. And like the cat's like trying to catch them as they come in. So it sort of feels to me as though this is something that, you know, as much as you've like fallen into their life and it's been like a bolt of lightning and it's been really exciting for them, it's been like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. Although the effect of their arrival in your life hasn't been so immediate and so dramatic, it's more of a slow burn for you, but you're starting to realize that it's there if you want it. Like if you want to take this person, if you want to take this opportunity to get to know this person, they could turn out to be everything that you've been looking for, with the King of Coins there as well. It's like, this is someone who's sturdy, who knows themselves. They cater for themselves. They're independent. They got their shit on lock, and they could hey Copacabana. They could cater for your needs as well, and they could look after you as well. So I feel like this is pretty much everything that you've wanted wrapped up in a person, and that's, you won't like me using that language, but I do feel like there is something in this that you're being encouraged to explore. They feel like there's definitely something in this. You do somewhere deep down, but you're a little bit surface level worried about it. Hey, if you just take it slowly, one step at a time, we don't need to rush. What's that song? It's like learning to fly or falling in love. There we go. There we go. Da 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 da. Is that it? Is that the song? Who knows? Anyway, I'm for. I think my brain might have given up for the day, but I'm going to leave that there. And I will maybe see you guys soon. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, then you can do via the link in the description. I always say link in my bio, but it is in my bio, but it's also in the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe if you like this video for more readings. Interact, please. I'm very lonely over here on this side of the internet. I've got 83,000 people on TikTok, but 12 on YouTube. So do join me over here, if you like what you see. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. See you. Bye.